Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, where we celebrate what's good about Fresno and the whole valley. There's a lot of good things going on around our town and a lot of people doing good things. And if you're an employer and you're looking for good, dependable people who maybe had some training and some mentorship and stuff, we're going to learn a little bit about that right now. Our guest is Vanna N. Welcome, Vanna, from Hope Now.
Glad to be here, Mike. Thank you for having me.
I love this organization, by the way. I've watched it for years, maybe from the beginning. And tell us what you do. What's your mission? What do you accomplish?
So our mission is 2 steps and you're up. A job and caring relationships helps lift a gang member out of the streets and into transformation, belonging, and then generosity. And essentially, it's teaching the guys how to work with their hands and to share with those in need. And so that comes out of Ephesians 4:28, that those of you that used to steal should no longer steal, but work with your hands and then share with those in need. So we're not only do we want guys to get jobs, but we also want to teach them how to give back to the community that they once took so much from.
Now, where do you find the guys? I mean, how do you get them from one spot into your organization?
You know, that's a great question.
That has to be the toughest part.
Yes. And so one guy that I interviewed yesterday, he said he saw a Hope Now flyer that goes out into the city of Fresno. He said he saw it for the 3rd time. And he said, man, this must be a sign from God. Yeah. I need to give Hope Now a call. And then another guy I spoke to this morning, he said, my mom saw this flyer for the 2nd time. She gave it to me, and I gave him a call, and he showed it this morning to start the program. And then once somebody comes through the program, they get a job, they become our best marketers and advertisers.
Like kind of ambassadors out in the community.
That's right.
Now, but they must, from when they first come to you, before you're ready to put them to work, what happens between the beginning and being ready?
Yeah, so because our guys are specifically those that have been incarcerated or have an arrest record, was part of a gang, or dropped out of high school, they don't always necessarily have the best job skills or work ethic. Right. So they go through our training process where they learn work ethic, and they talk about work-related conflict, and we talk about all of those things so that they can keep a job. And so that is a bit of a challenge.
Is it weeks or months? Or
it can be weeks. Sometimes weeks turns into months. Then months can hopefully after that turn into a job.
Yeah. Now what? They've been through some stuff, probably tattoos, and maybe their grammar's not the best. But how do you know they're not going to just drop right back into the old life?
That's a great.
If you put them out in a job, I mean.
You know, that is a good question. A lot of the jobs that we have are entry-level positions. We also provide paid training as well, where we hire them and we pay them a stipend, and then when we feel like they're ready to transition to the next job. So we get to walk with them, kind of evaluate them for the first 30 to 60 days that they're with us. And we actually, I got this from Focus Forward, but we want them to fail forward on us. If they're going to fail on us. And then we've actually, right now we have one full-time person that is working on our social enterprise, which is our food truck and our carpet cleaning company.
Oh, nice. I don't have to tell you this, but people fail all the time. I fail all the time. You know, it's just, where do you go when you fail? You know, is it a learning experience or is it, a disaster?
Yeah, the doors of Hope Now are always open. We are always open for the guys as long as they're willing to do it our way. Now, why our way? Because all 6 of the staff members that work at Hope Now, we went through the program ourselves. We've been through the justice system. We've all been behind bars. We went through the Hope Now program at one point in our life, and now all 6 of us work there. Wow. And because all 6 of us have gone through Hope Now, we know what it takes to succeed.
Yeah. There's all kinds of counselors out there and people trying to mentor people, but when you hear it from somebody who walked the road that you walked, it's way different, isn't it?
Yes. So we tell them, we have a saying in Hope Now, trust the Hope Now process.
Trust the process.
Because you didn't get to where you're at on the streets looking for a job overnight. So success is not going to come overnight. Right. And we tell them that, man, change, transformation, and success is going to take a while. And if you want it to happen and if you want it to truly be lasting and effective, trust our process. And many guys, and so now, Mike, I would say over 2,500 guys in a period of over 30 years have trusted the Hope Now process. I, the current executive director, was one of those 2,500.
Amazing. Now, the guys who come, I mean, they got to be ready for a change. They have to have, I would imagine they have to reach a point in their life where they say, man, I got to make a change.
And those are the ones that succeed.
Right.
But the ones that come and just want a job because they want to get paid, they're going to go through some stuff.
Right.
Before, and they're going to make some bad decisions. And we tell them, when you're ready to really get it and to hold on to the recipe for success, come on back.
Now, let me see if I get this straight. Is they don't come into you and you're trying to place them in a job right away. They come into you and maybe you put them through the steps of going to work, showing up to work, doing the job, being responsible.
Exactly. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have a program for the younger guys, 16 to like 25, from 1 to 4:30. And then on Wednesday and Friday mornings, we have a program for the older guys, 26 to 39. And if you can make it to our program on time and like stay focused and be attentive, that means you're starting to show signs that you're ready for a job. But if you keep on showing up at our location 1 minute late, 2 minutes late, 3 minutes late, we know that's not at the top of your priority list.
I always felt that just showing up should be the easiest part of the job, but sometimes it seems like the hardest for some people.
That's right. Because the reality is some people are not ready for work. They're not ready to be in a structured environment. And that's what work is. Work is a structured environment, and it takes a level of maturity.
I guess a lot of them have never had structure. I mean, they've never really had a job or a place to show up every day on time or see their father or mother showing up on time every day for a job. It's not natural for them.
Unfortunately, you are correct. I mean, I would even say, though my parents worked hard, during my younger years, there wasn't a whole lot of structure from 6th grade on up. And it showed in my character and my actions and in my behavior.
Now, if somebody's watching right now, and they say, well, I got some space, or I could use... By the way, there's a shortage of good workers, good, solid workers. But by the time you place them with an employer, they're going to have that background then.
That's right.
And they can kind of know what they can count on. And if there's an employer out there that wants to give people second chances, which we need in Fresno, we really need those people who will give somebody a second chance. This would be a good place to go find some
There's
workers.
a lot of guys out in our program in the city. That's what they're looking for, is a second chance. And what we do is they come to Hope Now, and we say, if you do your part, we'll do our part. And our part is to go get them a job. So this is where we trust, and we hope that the public would want to give our guys a chance. So if you have a construction company, a warehouse company, any type of company where you can use some support, please give us a call, because we need our guys to get jobs so that they can learn what it means to be a productive man in our society. And a lot of these guys, they're fathers, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we need to tell them, you have to model what it means to be a man.
Right.
And part of being a man is waking up and going to work.
Yep. I can't think of anything more important. Being a man, being a productive man for your family. I counsel these young fathers all the time, no, that's what, you got to be all about that right now. You be the father, you do the work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever you have to do. And I call it manning up.
That's right. I mean, and we do tell them about manning up. Part of the classes that we have is called being a good father, being a man of integrity, being a man of class. So we're teaching them things that their dad, their uncle, or their grandpa should have taught them, but unfortunately they didn't get that. They got the streets, they got the criminal lifestyle, and that's what was modeled to them. And so basically, whatever you see in your upbringing now, this is the nature versus nurture. Well, this was nurtured.
Yep.
They were raised this way.
Raised that way. They're trained
They
to
were
be what they
trained.
are. By the way, so somebody's watching, maybe somebody who wants a change in their life, or the parent, the mom, maybe somebody wants to get them involved. Can they start at that website that's on the screen?
Absolutely. They can go to a website and they can learn more. Our location is downtown Fresno, Stanislaus and M Street, and actually it's 3 blocks north of the county jail. I've been to county jail, and all 5 of the other staff members have been in that county jail. So it's not a necessarily Hotel California where you can check out at any time you like, but you can never leave. Yeah. No, I get to look at that county jail every day and know, like, wow, I count my blessings, and then we just want to pass on this knowledge to other people. So not only do we need employers, Mike, we also need guys who had a rough patch in their life. So if you know somebody, or you or somebody you know is looking for a job, 16 or 39, and they need a place to get a fresh start, tell them to come home now.
Come to Hope Now. Is there any time they could just go show up there?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Oh, so just show up.
Just show up.
So if you don't know, you don't have a computer, you don't know how to type a web address, and don't worry about that. Just 9 to 5, go show up at Hope Now.
Sir.
What else you want to say? We're out of time, but I could talk to you all day.
Well, just grateful that there's companies in the past that have hired Hope Now for youth, and they have given us a chance. Jobs, companies like the Children's Hospital have a lot of our guys. They became a lot of janitors. Daryl's Mini Storage, big supporter. Daryl's Mini Storage, awesome supporter. JD Food. So a lot of these companies, Fresno Plumbing and Heating, they've really given our guys a chance. And we have one guy that has been with Pepsi since the mid-'90s.
Wow.
Another guy has been with Fresno Plumbing and Heating. I went to middle school with him, and he's been there since the late 90s. So there's some companies out there that have had Hope Now guys since the 90s and some since the early 2000s.
Just dawned on me, I hate to drag this out because we've gone way over time. I love Vanna Inn, I love Vanna Inn, I love Hope Now. These guys that are working for the places you said, they're getting a salary, they're getting health insurance.
Insurance.
Building up a little retirement. Manning up means you have insurance for your babies.
Exactly.
And your wife.
That's right.
And probably get a vacation.
That's right.
Build,
And
build a little retirement.
So you think about it, we're taking them out of the streets. You know that it costs $132,000 to house an inmate in state prison?
Wow.
$132,000 a year now in 2024. It costs Hope Now $9,000 to provide support for this guy for the lifetime of him being in the program. And then, so not only is it a no-brainer, but you're saving the taxpayers millions of dollars by hiring a Hope Now guy.
Who's investing in you? Is it all private donations?
We have private donations. We have some contracts from the state and some from the city who've been gracious enough to provide us support to help provide training to these guys.
You think the state could invest in you guys because you'd
Yes.
save the state a lot of money.
Yes. And I think that's why they said yes to us on some of their grants.
That's great. Our guest is Vanna Inn from Hope Now for Youth, and there's a website, hopenowforyouth.org. Actually, it's just called Hope Now. I'm just used to saying Hope Now for Youth. And we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.